Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. Oops, sorry
about that. We've been, as you'll be able to tell from the end of our last video, but we are about to go out to the Ivy and we'd like you to come with us.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. Well, we just come from the Ivy in Cardiff, and we've both been to the Ivy in London, the original Ivy, which is in Covent Garden, and it was superb, to be honest with you. It was really good.
It was
a few years ago when we went, and when we actually went, we seen quite a few stars come into the restaurant, politicians. Matt Lucas come in. There's one big name, Vic Reeves. The Cheeky Girls were in there having dinner. You know,
was with Alex.
The Speakmans from this morning, just to mention a few.
Yeah.
So obviously they've for those of you that know, probably already know, because the Ivy's been open in Cardiff now for quite some time. So we've been there for breakfast about a couple of years ago, pre-COVID, and now we thought we wanted to go for another bit of food this evening rather than being stuck in. So we chose the Ivy and we went down. And we were sat upstairs for the first time. Very nice place, nice bar.
Quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice atmosphere.
Service was pretty good in terms of the young girl that served us. She was very attentive and nice.
The first girl was great, she was wonderful. Then you had the steak, was it?
Yeah, so I had the bone-in ribeye, and Sarah had the Ivy hamburger.
I had the Ivy hamburger, yeah. You talk more about your steak.
So when I had the steak comes on its own. So if you want chips, you've got to order them separate or side. And that steak is 33 quid, which is a 12-ounce ribeye. So I ordered a medium, and when I actually cut into it, it was well done. So I don't really complain normally. If it's edible and it's enjoyable, I'll eat it. But when you're paying that sort of money for a steak and I order a medium, that's how I want it. So I had to call the girl over. Sarah already took it into her food as well, and she replaced, or said they'd cook up another one. So I had to wait then, obviously. Sarah was eating her food, so it's spoiled being sweet.
Stop saying it was tucking into my food.
Well, it was. It was tucking into your food. You can't let it go cold, can you? When it's on the table, get into it, isn't it? But yeah, so I had to send it back, basically, because it was overcooked. They then brought in another one, which was overcooked again, really. It was barely medium well, if I'm honest with you. If I'm going to a pub and I'm paying 17, 18 quid for a steak, and it's a bit overcooked, I'll probably put up with that. If it's, as long as it's tidy and it's not like tough as old boots, that's fine. When you're paying that sort of money, you can't, should be done the way that you want it, especially in a place like that. It's quite a high market place. So they were good about it. They changed it and whatever, but it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't cooked the way I wanted it, and it wasn't the greatest experience. Obviously, it was one of those things where you had to complain, so I had to wait before I had my food. Sarah was eating her food. I couldn't let her wait to eat her food because it would have been stone cold. So
So I had the Ivy hamburger, which came with chips, and it was like pickles and a very small amount of salad, which was like 2 rings of red onion, a slice of tomato. It was nice. Mind you, that's the only thing I've had at the Ivy, both in London and here. In London it did come with cheese and bacon. Here it was an extra charge, and it was an extra £5 charge on top of that, so I mean that was a bit of a sting really. It was nice enough, but I don't know.
It wasn't quite as good as London, was it?
No, I mean nothing's ever good as good as the first time you have it. But the entire place isn't as good as the London's Ivy, the original Ivy. They've sort of franchised it now, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the one in London is all about service and things like that. Here it wasn't.
It didn't feel that way, didn't it? I'm sure the people that's working there are focused on it, but it doesn't show, unfortunately. No. And then we had dessert. I had creme brulee and a coffee. That was fine, you know, nothing wrong with that. That was creme brulee is pretty straightforward to do.
I had the chocolate bomb, which was nice. Sugar overload. But yeah, really nice. I probably wouldn't have it again though. And I had a decaf coffee. And then
obviously we finished then, and then had the bill. And when the bill came out, they actually comped 2 coffees, because the coffees are £4.75 each. They comped 2 coffees, but then shoved £10 service charge on. So yeah, it turned out being about 80, nearly 90 quid, which is a lot really, you know.
Yeah.
For the experience to be spoilt like that, and then when they did it again, I gave them an opportunity to sort it, and the steak came out and it was still overcooked. It's far too thin. You know, billing as a 12-ounce bone-in ribeye, it was like 3/4 of an inch thick. You can't. It's very difficult to cook in medium at that thickness. It needs to be thicker. But there we are. You live and learn, I suppose. Would I go back there again? I wouldn't, and I don't think you would either, would you?
No, I'd go back to the original Ivy.
Yeah.
I mean, it would cost a lot more to go to the original Ivy, but
yeah,
I would go back there because it's really nice. They look after you. It's not the same in Cardiff. So no, the one in Cardiff I wouldn't go back to. It's you're very much in and out.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a shame, really.
Yeah, because it looks. I mean, to go into it, it's a fabulous looking place. If any of you ever been in there and had a meal,
I did try to get photos, but there were too many people about.
Yeah, they've done it out really nice. But I mean, just missing that zing, I think. But there we are. Yeah. Like I said, you live and learn. That's one of those things. You know, sometimes you have a good meal, sometimes you don't. I personally, I wouldn't. Like I said, I wouldn't go back there again. But the photos are there for you to see. Couldn't really film in there. Too noisy for a start. You wouldn't have been able to hear us.
No.
And there were loads of people around us, you know, so you've got to be sensitive to other people that's eating.
I will try and get some stock photos to put in the video, because they've got some gorgeous stuff in there. The actual decor is really quite pretty. A bit Joe Brown's if you're into that. And the massive Welsh dragon above the bar on the main floor.
It's a cool place. Yeah, it looks cool. A cool place. The bar is, you know, the bar is fabulous, but again,
it's not worth the money.
It's not worth all the money that they charge for the drinks, you know, and all that. Not in my opinion. That's my opinion.
Mine either.
So, but there we are. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is our second one coming out, and we will catch you when we do the next one, wherever we're going to go and whatever we're going to do. We haven't decided yet.
I've decided what we're going to do. I've just got to try and talk him into it.
She's going to tell me. I don't know what we're doing. Just tell me what we're doing.
Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more exciting than this one. And hopefully we will get some more regular videos up and running.
Yeah.
I'm more or less settled into my new job now. So fingers crossed. We'll get more videos out for you.
Pardon the words, of course.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.